Hi viewers, I'm Jill Sharp, and today's make-ahead recipe is Kickoff potato skins, 2 ways. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to start with here is bacon. So we have 8 strips of bacon, and the key is to get it on a rimmed baking sheet like this, so that way when the juices fall down, they aren't getting all over the place, they're nice and contained. And then the other thing I want to show you is I put them on this cookie cooling rack. That way the bacon cooks nice and evenly all around and all the drippings go to the bottom. But let's season our bacon first. So I have a little bit of brown sugar, and then we're going to get a little spice. So I have cayenne here and about 2 pinches, but I suggest don't pinch with your fingers, because if you pinch with your fingers and then put your eyes, it's going to hurt. So we have a 2 spoon pinches of cayenne, and we have about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar in here, and just mix it together. You know, it's not really hot, so you know, my mom and dad are not spice fans, but they love these. It just has a nice heat background, so even the spice lovers will like it, but those that aren't really into the whole spice thing, they'll just have a good time. So right on top, what we're going to do is put a little layer of our brown sugar and cayenne mixture onto each one. And it doesn't have to be exact, you know, just even Steven on all 8 slices. Okay, just about ready. And you know what, I really like the brown sugar on it because you have that saltiness of the bacon, and then that heat of the cayenne, and then the sweetness of our brown sugar. And I mean, this is great even if you like have a brunch, you know, and you want to have people over and you don't want to just serve bacon and a regular pancake. This is a great way to make your bacon like pumped up. Everybody like, wow, this is the best bacon I've ever had. So what you want to do is just go back and just make sure that all of your brown sugar is laid on top, and you know, some of it's gonna come off, so it may look like a lot, but because obviously the bacon is gonna render all of its fat, some of the brown sugar will come off too. So get it nice and coated, and then these are going in a 375-degree oven, and I'm gonna say about 12 to 15 minutes or so. You want to get it nice and crispy, so that way when you bite into the potato skin, you have that crunchiness that you're looking for. So I've taken, these are russet potatoes, and you know, russet potatoes can really vary in size. So you want to look for ones that are about this size. I would say, you know, kind of like a feeling of a baseball. Some of them get a little too large, and so then that way you don't have, everyone can't have, you know, a couple little biters. So what we want to do is I already scrubbed these, washed them with a little soap, and then fully rinsed them. They've been drying in here, and then you can do one of 2 things. You can either pop them into your oven for about an hour and a half or so, and they can cook that way, or if you're in a pinch, do it this way, pop it in the microwave. But first, for either one, we need to get some holes for some of the steam to escape. So what I do is I just kind of take it and just stab it about 3 times or so, and then repeat that with all of these guys. Last guy, right there. And then now these guys need to pop into the microwave. So just place them all in here, and we're gonna put it on for about 9 to 10 minutes and see where we're at. We just wanna make sure that they get nice and cooked. So now that all of our potatoes are cooking, they're resting in the microwave. I like to just keep them in the microwave to let them cool down a little bit. That way they aren't too hot to touch or anything, and then when we're ready to take them out, I can get them with my hands without burning myself. So these are great toppings, and you know, you're always welcome to kind of mingle different flavors if you like things a little different, but these are great suggestions. So we're doing a chili type topped one, and then we're going to do a blue cheese with a couple different herbs and with that delicious bacon. So we have all these ready out here, and now we're gonna get our potatoes. Grab these guys. Great. Got these guys here. And I can smell that our bacon is done. It smells absolutely delicious. And whether this is for you know, a Super Bowl game or it's just brunch with the family, everyone's gonna run to the table when they start smelling this bacon. It's really, really delicious. So now that we'll let that hang out and cool down just a little bit before we cut into those. So let's get started with our potatoes. And we want to cut them so you can see that the potato is kind of in a round shape, obviously more oblong. But you want to cut them so that way the flatter part of them are going to be on your plate, because otherwise it's going to roll around a little too much. So we cut them like vertical like that. So we're going to just slice through this guy. Alright, so these guys are all done, and now we just need to scoop out some of the inside of the potatoes, so that way we have a little bit of a spot for our good filling to go. And you know what, you want to make sure that you still have a nice base layer around here, because you want some of that potato flavor and the texture, and it also really makes them hold up a lot better. So we scoop out, you know, probably, I don't know, I'd say like 1/4 of an inch down. Well, and you know what, I love to use this, so the potato in here doesn't go to waste. You have mashed potatoes now, so tomorrow night for dinner, you're already ahead of schedule. You got the mashed potatoes ready to rock and roll. Just add a little butter and a little bit of milk, some salt and pepper, and whip it up, and mashed potatoes ready to rock and roll. See, this is like a twofer. So our bacon is cool enough to touch now. So we'll get all of these slices off of here. Alrighty, perfect. And you know, one of the other benefits of putting it on this cookie rack is the fact that the bacon with the brown sugar and stuff can get a little sticky, and it comes right off there. So then what we want to do is just kind of take our knife through it and make them into little bacon bits. So that way each bite gets a little bit of our brown sugar and cayenne bacon. Alright, all done. Let's get this into the bowl. And you know, it's good just to kind of break it up with your fingers. Always in here. Whoop. Couple for me. Mmm. Are so good. I like my fingers, but I don't want to be rude. So, we'll wipe them off this time. Bacon's in there. And now we're getting on to our herbs. So I'm using fresh thyme. And you know, if you don't have any fresh thyme, if you don't have the time to get thyme, then you can use dried thyme. Just, you want to sprinkle just a little bit around. You won't need to use nearly as much because it gets, you know, dried down. Let's see, we're probably going to use about 4 or 5 sprigs here. And the thing with thyme is you can look here, and this is actually quite, you know, edible. Some of them are a little bit more woody, and so if you have kind of more of the woody stems, you definitely want to pick all the leaves off of them. But to save your time, it's a good idea to just take the thyme stem and kind of just pull it off. And you can see here that this doesn't pull easily, so that's not going to be really good to eat, but this end of it is a great way to go. So just do a rough chop through them. And then put this aside, just right on your board for sprinkling. And then some chives. So these are gonna add really great flavor and also some nice color. And so what we wanna do is just run your knife through it. Very quick run through. So chives have a really nice oniony flavor. And we're gonna put it on top of our chili. And you can also put it, the oniony flavor goes really well with the bacon, the blue cheese as well. So we will put the chives on both those. So clear up the board and get all of your herbs to the top. And then it's just about piling everything in. So we're gonna start with our chili. And to make this even easier, we are using canned chili. Now, whatever your favorite canned chili is, if you wanted to go a little lighter, like I am, I'm doing a chicken chili. If you wanted to do something more traditional and a little beefier, go ahead and get your beef chili. And then this way, actually, you can make it vegetarian too, if you get vegetarian chili. So we're gonna do, oh, first off, what we wanna do is get, I almost forgot, my favorite ingredient, mascarpone cheese. So this is kind of like an Italian cream cheese. What we do is, this makes a really nice base, like really good cheesy base, and just spread it in here. And then a little bit of salt and pepper. And a little bit of salt. And then now we're ready to put our chili in. So I'm gonna put about, you know, the chili is kind of the main flavoring. So I'm gonna put it so it gets up to the rim. And then what we do is get a little bit of sour cream and cheddar cheese. and then our herbs. But this is the point where you would want to make it ahead. So you're gonna fill it up to here, and then you can wrap it up in some saran wrap, keep it in your fridge for up to 2 days, and then before your guests arrive, pop it into the oven, and before you pop it in the oven, pop the cheese on top, a little bit of sour cream after you take it out, and you're ready to rock and roll. Last one, filled with chili. And since I'm hungry, I'm gonna make these today. So I'm gonna top my cheese, just, you know, cheddar cheese, and if you wanted to go a little bit healthier, you could do more of a 2% cheddar cheese. Pop right on top of there. Perfect. And then next on to our blue cheese and bacon ones. So these I've already filled with the mascarpone cheese, and now all we need to do is add our bacon and blue cheese. So I like to get blue cheese in a wedge. I think that the crumbled blue cheese is not nearly as good. So I always recommend that you get the wedge and just crumble it yourself. So we're gonna put a few large blue cheese crumbles in there, and then gonna get our bacon. And we want it to be a generous amount because everyone loves bacon. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And those are gonna go in our sheet pan, and we'll just fill the rest of them up. So like I said with the chili and cheddar cheese ones, at this point, this whole tray can get wrapped up and put in the fridge. And then 2 days from now, you pop it out and you're ready for your football game. But right now, like I said, I'm hungry. So we're gonna get it in our oven at about 375, just until these cheeses melt and everything gets warmed through. And then we'll put our final toppings on, plate it, and enjoy. 5 minutes, and my cheeses are all nice and melted, and everything is heated through. So we'll get our potato skins right over there. And now it's time to top them. So they're a little warm, but they shouldn't be too hot. And then what I like to do is kind of put them on 2 different trays. And these are gonna be perfect for your Super Bowl game, your Husky game, your Seahawks game. Oh wait, I forgot. None of my teams are in there anymore. But I must say, if it does come down to it, I gotta go with the Steelers because my good friend Megan is a deer fan. So we shall see. Let's get all these guys on here. All nice and snug on there. And then our topper. So I'm using a light sour cream just because I like to try and keep things a little bit lighter. But whatever sour cream you like, just a little dollop right in the center of each one of these. A little dollop. There we go. And then finally, these are gonna get a little bit of that chive right on the top there. So it's nice because these have really good, nice color too. And how easy are these to make? Ready. Those are ready to go. Serving up to the boys. It's so good. The base layer of the potato is great texture. And then you have that creaminess of the mascarpone and the tangy of the blue cheese. Top with that bacon. Pretty much just anything is good with the bacon. But then finish it with the thyme, and it's a match made in heaven. Thanks for watching my video. I'm sure these potato skins will be a touchdown at your Super Bowl party. For these recipes and more, check out my website, thelatekitchen.com.